Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about what happened on UEFA Champions League 2024-2025 semifinals second leg. Well, this week, today and yesterday, were played the second leg's games. Where yesterday, in a tremendous game, I think that the best game in the last 5 years, the Inter Milan defeated Barcelona 4-3 in overtime, and Inter Milan won the series 7-6. And with this victory, the Inter Milan advanced to the final. And today, the PSG didn't have any problem, defeated Arsenal 2-1. And PSG won the series 3-1, and PSG advanced to the final. So let's talk about a little more about this game. Well, in the first game, the Inter 4, Barcelona 3 in the overtime. Well, remember that in the first leg, there in Barcelona, Barcelona and Inter tied 3-3 in a tremendous game where Inter were starting winning the game 2-0. Later, the Barcelona tied the game 2-2. Later, the Inter again scored another goal and took the lead of the game 3-2. But 3 minutes later, the Barcelona tied the game 3-3. So in that game, they finishes the game tied 3-3, and everything was open in the second leg. To be honest, I think that the Barcelona in the first leg didn't take advance to playing home, and there wasn't a big opportunity to take the lead of the game and finish everything here in Inter. And what happened in here in the yesterday in Milan, it was a tremendous game because, to be honest, I thought that this has been one of the best games, if not the best game in the last 5 years. Because in the first half, the Inter dominated the game. To be honest, because because even that Barcelona attacked all the game, and Inter Milan put the same strategy to defend and counter attack. Where Inter Milan in the halftime, they were leading the game 2-0, and they were leading by 2 goal difference in the halftime, 5-3. To be honest, I thought that the series was over. That the series was over because the Inter were leading the game by 2 goal difference in the halftime. In the beginning of the second half, the Inter Milan had to score the third goal, and in that moment the series was over for Barcelona. But the player that scored the goal was in offside, and the goal was disallowed. But after that, what I saw of the Barcelona, it was a tremendous performance where from after that first 5 minutes of the second half. After that, from the minus 50 to the minus 70, Barcelona played a tremendous game where in a lapse of 6 minutes, Barcelona scored 2 goals, and the Barcelona were tied the series 5-5 in the minus 60, and Barcelona and the series was tied 5-5 in that moment. After that, Barcelona was attacking, and 3 or 5 minutes after the Barcelona had scored the second goal, the equalizer, Barcelona had a counter attack where Eric Garcia had the opportunity to score the third goal and maybe to finish the series, but he couldn't because the Inter goalkeeper Sommer, that was the MVP of the game, stopped that ball and he avoided the third goal. After that, I told you, Barcelona was attacking, and Inter didn't know how to stop the Barcelona attack because, to be honest, Barcelona in the second time should have scored more than 5 or 6 goals because they played a tremendous game. And when we talked that the game was going to be sent to overtime in the minute 87, Rafinha scored the third goal, and in that moment Barcelona was leading the series 6-5, and I thought, and everyone thought, that the game was over. But I thought that the one error from Hans Flick is that he decided to sub off Inigo Martinez and sub on Ronald Araujo, that he played a very bad football. And I think that other error is that Hansi Flick decided to sub off Ferran Torres, and instead to put a defense so the Barcelona could play with 3 center back and defend that one goal. He decided to sub on Robert Lewandowski, Shengo, substitution, position for position, forward for a forward instead of a defender for a forward. So for a forward for a defender. So I think that this was the error, and I think that after Rafinha third goal, I thought that the Barcelona Hansi Flick thought that the game was over. But when we talked that the game was over, that the Barcelona were going to qualify to the final in the stopping time in a tremendous game, I think that it was a counter attack. Francesco Acerbi scored the third goal and the equalizer, and in the end of the regular season the game was tied 3-3, and in the series, in the global series, the game was tied 6-6 before the Inter Milan had scored the third goal that sent the game to overtime. Barcelona, Lamine Yamal had the opportunity to score the 4-2 and finishes the series, but he couldn't score it because the ball finishes in the post. And in the end of the regular time, the game was tied 3-3. In the overtime, I think that the Barcelona was a little better. They were attacking more, but again in another big play for the Inter in the minute 99. David Fraterci scored the fourth goal for the Inter, and Inter Milan were leading the game 4-3 in the end of the first half overtime, and they were leading the series 7-6. In the second overtime, the Barcelona were attacking, and they couldn't score any goal. And in the end, the Inter Milan won the game 4-3 in overtime, and they won the series 7-6, and they advanced to the final. Remember that this will be the second final that the Inter will appear in 3 years, because remember that in the 2023 year they lost the final against the Manchester City there in Istanbul. And they will want to win his third or his second UEFA Champions League, where they won the only there in the 2010 against the Bayern Munich in Santiago Bernabéu in Madrid, Spain. So today we want to know the second team that will play in the final, where the PSG defeated the Arsenal 2-1. Remember that before this game, PSG took advantage and defeated the Arsenal 1-0 there in London, England. In my opinion, I thought that the Arsenal wasted an important opportunity to win the first game and had the lead of the series. In this game, Arsenal needed to win this game by 1 goal difference to send the game to overtime, or by two or more goal difference to win the series. And PSG only needed to tie this game or win this game for any score to qualify to the final. About this game, I think that in the first 5-10 minutes of the game, Arsenal was attacking, was the best team, but they couldn't score any goal. But after that, PSG dominated the game for the rest of the half time, where in the minute 27, Fabian Ruiz Peña scored a golazo, and in that moment the game was over, because in the half time the PSG were leading the game 1-0. In the second half, PSG had the game under control. Arsenal trying to score a goal to put the emotion to the game and to try to have opportunities to force the overtime in the series, but they couldn't. And in the minus 65, it was a penalty call for the PSG. That Vitinha misses Vitinha misses the opportunity to score the second goal, and until that moment the game was tied. The PSG were leading the game 1-0, and they were leading the series 2-0 in that moment, because David Raya stopped the Vitinha's penalty. But after that, 5 minutes later, Achraf Hakimi scored the second goal, and in that moment the series was over, because PSG were leading 2-0 in the game and 3-0 in the series. And I think that after that the PSG relaxed his football, and in 4 minutes later, in a counter attack, Arsenal scored the only goal of the series, where in a counter attack Bukayo Saka scored the first goal of the Arsenal in the minus 7-6, and in that moment the PSG were leading 2-1, and PSG were leading the series 3-1. But after that, it was impossible for the Arsenal to score another 2 goals, because they needed 2 goals to force overtime. In the end, they couldn't, and the PSG won the game 2-1, and they won the series 3-1. With this victory, the PSG qualified to the final. This is the second final in 5 years, where remember that they lost in the 2020 in the COVID era, the COVID year, in the pandemic. They lost against the Bayern Munich in the 2020. So this is the second final for the Paris Saint-Germain, in 5 years and in its history. So the final is defined. The final will be PSG against Inter. That will be played the next Saturday, May 31st on Munich, Germany, 50 o'clock Eastern time. I think that this will be a tremendous game. All of us expected that the Barcelona were going to win the series against Inter Milan, but I always said that the Inter Milan was a very good team, a great team. So what I think about this final, I think, in my opinion, that the favorite to win this final, in my opinion, is the PSG, because I think that they have better team. They have a team with more quality, even that the Inter Milan had a tremendous player. And remember that Luis Enrique won a Champions League, the last one for Barcelona in the 2014-15 season, where they defeated Juventus in Berlin, Germany. So I think that the PSG is the favorite. Remember that PSG, they were in the last time in the final in the 2020, where they lost against the Bayern Munich, and the Inter, they played the last final in the 2023 against Manchester City, but they lost that final. So remember that 15 years ago the Inter defeated the Bayern Munich, and they won in the 2010 the only UEFA Champions League. So I think that this will be a tremendous final, a tremendous game. But I think in the end, the PSG is better than Inter. So I think that the PSG are going to win this final. I think that it's going to be by only 1 goal difference, or I think that this final is going to be defined in the overtime or penalty shootout. But I think that the PSG are going to win its first UEFA Champions League title. So in this video, talk about what happened this week, where it was played the semifinals and cold leg. Well, yesterday in a tremendous game, I think that the best game in the last 5 years. The Inter Milan defeated the Barcelona 4-3 in overtime. They won the series 7-6, and they qualified to the final. And I think that the Barcelona wasted a bit of opportunity to win the triplete and to win the first UEFA Champions League title after 10 years. And in today's game, the Paris Saint-Germain didn't have any problem. Defeated the Arsenal 2-1. They won the series 3-1, and they qualified to the final. So the final will be between the PSG against the Inter. The final will be played in the Munich, Germany, at 50 o'clock Eastern time, the next Saturday, May 31st, in 3 weeks. So I think that it will be an interesting final. PSG are looking to win the first final in its history. This is the second time that they are in the final, and the Inter will want to win its second UEFA Champions League champion title. This is the third time that the Inter Milan arrived to a final. They won in the 2010, where they won the only UEFA Champions League title, and they lost 2 years ago against the Manchester City. So I hope that this can be a great final. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment suggestion, you can write me in another social media platform. So see you next video. Junior.